Chapter 2089, I want all of Blizzard City's resources. The existence of the Dragon Clan in the Qingling Mountains became the biggest obstacle to the Wulwan Empire's invasion of the Huashu Kingdom. As for humans, they despised them from the bottom of their hearts. Because in that battle, if the White Dragon hadn't appeared, Jinglu and the other mutants could have easily wiped out the entire Huashu Kingdom. As for the Reaper of Love possessed by the Huashu Kingdom, it was no match for their Armament of Armageddon. So even today, with Pokong dead and 6 silver armor generals missing, Jinglu never thought that they had died at the hands of Zhang Yi. The purpose of starting this war was not only to kill Zhang Yi and exterminate the humans of the Huashu Kingdom. It was also to prepare for a future invasion. Even if we can't take all of this land, we must at least take half of it. Jinglu looked at the map, already with a plan in mind. The only obstacle is that mysterious civilization. We need to spend more time investigating them. Zhang Yi arrived at Blizzard City, and Zhu Jing led the city's dignitaries to welcome him, but Deng Yuanbo, the head of the Deng family, was nowhere to be seen. The Deng family had a close relationship with Zhang Yi, so Deng Shintong had already told Zhang Yi that he would meet with them separately later. When he saw Zhang Yi, Zhu Jing's face was filled with worry and joy. Indeed, a person's expression can be so complex, showing both the joy of seeing Zhang Yi and the grief caused by the disaster in Tianhai City. My great Captain Chaos, it's been a long time. How have you been? Please don't grieve too much about the situation in Tianhai City. Don't worry, you can stay in Blizzard City this time and treat it as your home. Don't be a stranger. Zhu Jing immediately grabbed Zhang Yi's hand and asked him about his well-being. Zhang Yi waved his hand and said, "It's fine. Life is unpredictable. Who can always have smooth sailing? It's just a little hardship. I can handle it." The people transported from Tianhai City had already been settled. Zhang Yi simply nodded to the others. With his status, it was unnecessary to greet them one by one. However, everyone looked at Zhang Yi with eyes full of admiration, as if they were looking at a god. Zhu Zheng and Zhang Yi arrived at the command center and entered Zhu Zheng's office. They skipped the pleasantries. Zhu Zheng personally brewed tea for Zhang Yi, then carefully asked him what his next plan was. This crisis broke out too suddenly. Do you know why they attacked the coast? Is this a sign of all-out war? There was a hint of worry in Zhu Zheng's eyes. Zhang Yi couldn't even protect Tianhai City. If the Wulwan Empire's army attacked, Blizzard City would be doomed. Zhang Yi said lightly, "There won't be much risk inland for the time being. They won't dare to come ashore, at most they'll just cause some minor trouble." Zhu Jing nodded, but the anxiety in his eyes did not completely dissipate. "In that case, don't think about going back. From now on, you'll live in Blizzard City. If you need anything, just let me know. I can guarantee that your life here will be no different from your life in Tianhai City." Zhang Yi smiled faintly, "Then I'll take you up on that." Looking around, Zhang Yi suddenly noticed that some familiar faces were missing today. Zhu Zheng's secretary, Lan Xinqing, his most trusted confidant, was not here today. Moreover, Zhu Zheng's goddaughter, Zhu Yu, was nowhere to be seen. "Where's Secretary Lan?" Zhang Yi asked casually. Zhu Zheng's expression changed slightly. "He made a mistake, so I punished him by making him do some work." Zhang Yi wasn't interested in asking about Lan Xinqing. What about Miss Zhu Yu? How is she doing? Zhu Jing fell silent. Zhang Yi thought the old man was trying to hide something, so he smiled. "She is indeed very talented. Her abilities come from Yuan Kongyue and have unlimited potential. If she is trained properly, she will become your trump card in the future." Zhu Jing swallowed hard, his smile a little awkward. "Zhang Yi, don't make fun of me. You are already the strongest in Huashu. Zhu Yu is no match for you. Just protect her well." Zhang Yi put down the cup in his hand and didn't continue with Zhu Yu's topic. In his life, he had encountered many powerful opponents. Next, he had to face the Hades gatekeeper. Would he take Zhu Yu seriously? Yes. But he wouldn't be overly cautious, just not underestimate her. "Commander Zhu, there's something I want to discuss with you." Zhang Yi looked at Zhu Zheng and said with a smile. Zhu Zheng hurriedly said, "Look at you, we're friends, what's there to discuss? If you need my help, I'll definitely do my best." "All right, I'll be straightforward." Zhang Yi stared at him and said word by word, "I want all the nuclear raw materials in the entire Jiangnan region." Zhu Zheng's smile froze on his face. Zhang Yi wasn't talking about all the Reapers of Love. He was talking about all the nuclear raw materials. Liu Karen could build the Reapers of Love. However, the raw materials were extremely rare and were controlled by the major powers. After the apocalypse, those raw materials became even more precious. For example, building a nuclear power plant required a large amount of nuclear raw materials. If Zhang Yi took away all the Reapers of Love in stock, Zhu Zheng would have enough to cry about. Now, Zhang Yi was going to strip him of everything, leaving him with no chance at all. "Zhang Yi, what is it that requires so much nuclear raw material? Tell me about it, and I'll help you analyze it." Zhu Zheng looked at Zhang Yi with a pained expression. Zhang Yi was still smiling. "Of course, it's for the safety of the entire Jiangnan region. I can't tell you the specific details right now, it's for safety reasons. But don't worry, I'm definitely not doing this to target you." Zhu Zheng believed this. If Zhang Yi wanted the position of Commander-in-Chief of the Jiangnan region, then perhaps he was the only person in the entire world who would oppose it. Not to mention the high-ranking officials in other regions, even the people within the Jiangnan region had long been won over by Zhang Yi's strength and reputation. Zhang Yi wanted to deal with him, which meant he respected him. But even so, Zhu Zheng still felt uneasy. If he lost the ability to create and control the Reaper of Love, wouldn't he be nothing more than a figurehead as Commander-in-Chief? Zhang Yi continued, "I'll borrow it for now. I promise I won't keep it for myself, but will use it to protect the Jiangnan region and even the entire Huaxu kingdom. I'll let you know first, and then I'll go ask the other regions for it." Zhu Zheng suddenly realized something and said in shock, "You really intend to wage war against the Wulwan Empire?" "I thought." He thought that Zhang Yi had moved his entire family and intended to hide like a turtle. Zhang Yi laughed and said, "One must always prepare for the future. Retreating now is for the sake of revenge later." Chapter 2090, Figuring Out One's Position. As long as the Wulwan Empire remains, with their hatred for the Huaxu kingdom, they will find a way to attack again sooner or later. When that time comes, Commander Zhu, do you think Blizzard City will be safe? Zhu Zheng lowered his head, his brow deeply furrowed as he weighed the pros and cons. After a long time, he sighed. "Brother, let me be honest with you. If I lose the Reaper of Love, my position will be unstable." Zhang Yi looked at him. "Don't you still have Zhu? She's much more useful than the Reaper of Love. Right now, we are in a critical moment of life and death. I hope you can put the big picture first." Although Zhang Yi's tone was still polite, it was a little heavier. Discussing with Zhu Zheng was giving him face. But if he didn't give him the respect he deserved, then Zhang Yi would help him face the consequences. Zhu Zheng had no choice but to say, "I can agree to your terms, but I want you to give me a promise. When I encounter a crisis, you will help me. You must guarantee that I can keep my position as the supreme commander of the Jiangnan region." Zhang Yi laughed and said, "Your obsession with power is breathtaking." Zhu Zheng shook his head with a bitter smile. "No, you don't understand. If I can't keep this position, my life will be in danger." Zhang Yi said, "Okay, I can promise you that. Even without the Reaper of Love, you will still hold the position of Commander-in-Chief of the Jiangnan region. No one can remove you from your position. Unless you yourself don't want to be there anymore." After receiving Zhang Yi's promise, Zhu Zheng immediately broke into a smile. "Good, now I can rest assured. I'll have someone hand over the reins to you right away, but be careful when handling those radioactive materials." Zhang Yi nodded, "Don't worry, I'll be careful." Nowadays, a little radioactive radiation couldn't hurt Zhang Yi, which was probably unimaginable to Zhu Zheng. After a brief chat, Zhang Yi and Zhu Zheng left his command center. However, before leaving, he glanced at the shadow in the corner of the office and smiled faintly. After Zhang Yi left, Zhu Jing sat on the sofa and pondered for a long time. Suddenly, he said angrily, "Call that traitor Lan Xinqing over here." From the shadows, a man wearing a black suit with a receding hairline slowly walked out. He was Sun Luxuan, Zhu Zheng's bodyguard. "Yes, Commander Zhu." Sun Luxuan bowed, then walked out of the office and asked a soldier to bring Lan Xinqing back. Soon after, Lan Xinqing, wearing only a white shirt and black pants, was brought before Zhu Jing with a haggard look on his face. Compared to his previous spirited appearance, he looked much more haggard now. No one knew what he had been through during that time. When he saw Zhu Jing, he hurriedly lowered his head and said, "Commander Zhu, I know I was wrong. Please punish me." Zhu Jing glanced at him coldly. "Now you know you were wrong. Where have you been? Tell me, where's the young lady now?" Zhu Jing quickly learned that Zhu Yu had left Blizzard City with the help of Lan Xinqing and Li Lingxue. A fake Zhu Yu couldn't fool Zhu Jing's eyes. Li Lingxue was a technical expert with a simple mind who only wanted to create a powerful mutant. Zhu Jing didn't touch her because he still needed her to work. He only scolded her and forbade her from leaving the laboratory. However, for a homebody, confinement was only a symbolic punishment. But Zhu Jing was really angry with Lan Xinqing, his close secretary. He sent him to Tu Yunlai for strict interrogation. Although he did not use physical punishment, the mental torture left Lan Xinqing exhausted. In less than half a month, he lost a lot of weight. Lan Xinqing said with a pained expression, "Commander Zhu, she cut off all contact with me after she left. I can't get in touch with her at all right now." Zhu Zheng's grip on his teacup tightened. Lan Xinqing argued, "Commander Zhu, I did this for you in the region. Look outside. All the powerful mutants have gone through life and death trials and improved themselves through countless battles. Miss Zhu Yu has unparalleled talent. Keeping her in Blizzard City is like keeping a phoenix in a cage, which is not conducive to her growth." Bang! Before Lan Xinqing could finish his sentence, a teacup was smashed directly on his head. "Grow up, you idiot!" Zhu Jing stood up and pointed at Lan Xinqing, shouting, "Do you think I don't understand these things? Do I need a waste of space like you to worry about them? Blizzard City is currently lacking top-tier fighters. If there's a gap in our defenses and the enemy attacks, who will protect me and the people? I'm not Zhang Yi. I don't have a few people by my side that I can take with me wherever I go. I've done my best to help her become stronger. What else is she not satisfied with?" Everyone understood the big picture. Zhu Jing was no exception, but the reality of the situation did not allow it. It was just like Li Chandong in the northwest region back then, and Ho to now. Sticking to their strongholds, it was indeed difficult to improve their strength. The former top fighter of the Huashu Kingdom had now been completely overshadowed by Zhang Yi. However, not everyone was Zhang Yi. The dangers that Zhang Yi had experienced were the prerequisite for his growth, and he had to take enormous risks. If it had been anyone else, their death would have caused turmoil throughout the entire region. Lan Xinqing did not dodge the cup thrown by Zhu Jing, and a line of blood flowed down his head. However, he looked at Zhu Jing and advised him earnestly, "But you have forgotten that Miss Zhu Yu is a person, not a machine. Keeping her trapped in Blizzard City for so long, imprisoning her body and mind, is something she cannot accept." The Battle of Tianhai City was the first time Zhu Yu had left Blizzard City. At that time, she realized that there was such a vast world outside Blizzard City. From that moment on, leaving Blizzard City and going out to see the world became an obsession in her heart. Zhu Jing was silent for a moment, then waved his hand impatiently and said, "Take him away, take him away." Lan Xinqing was taken away, but he stubbornly refused to beg for mercy. Although he had always been known as Zhu Zheng's loyal lackey, he did not rely solely on flattery to get to where he was today. He was young and had his own ideas and principles. As long as he believed it was right and good for the region and Zhu Zheng, he would do it. After leaving the command center, Zhang Yi went to the Deng family and met with Deng Yuanbo. Deng Yuanbo was extremely enthusiastic about Zhang Yi's arrival.